Talking about Serena Jamaica Williams, SJW, straight out of Compton. I said straight out of Compton. I said straight out of Compton. But what you don't know is that she wasn't born there. She was born in Michigan. Her family moved to Compton. And when she got there, her father saw the potential she had and her sister had in tennis. But sometimes you can't stay in Compton. You have aspirations that Compton crucifies. So you can't get comfortable in a place that cannot facilitate your destiny. Look at somebody and say, straight out of Compton. In other words, you gotta leave. I said you gotta leave. And I'm not talking geographically. I'm talking about you gotta leave your Compton place. Can you look at somebody and say straight out of Compton? So once they saw the potential, once their father saw the potential of the daughters, they moved to West Palm Beach, Florida, because the potential of being great in tennis was greater in Florida than it was in Compton. In Compton, they had to play on tennis courts that were filled with grass and filled with bottle caps and filled with situations by which they could not even hit the ball. They literally had to duck gunfire because they were in Compton. And somebody this morning, God brought you to church to tell you to get straight out of Compton. You've been in Compton too long. And you know you're on that job too long. You've been crucified. Get out of Compton. You've been in that marriage too long. Compton. You've been in that situation too long. You have been abused, misused, and because of the fact we see Serena Williams today, the point of being crucified when you read her book On the Line is that when she started moving up, that's when the crucifixion went up. Because she dressed different. Because she walked different. Because she talked different. All she had was her sister. All she had was her family. And there's somebody here today that all you have on your side is those who are near and dear to you. But if you bust a move out of Compton, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, and your mind can't comprehend what God is getting ready to do. There was a woman in the Bible whose name was Esther. She was in the palace, but she had to get out of Compton because she realized she and her people were going to be crucified. And so when her uncle told her, you've been here long enough, she said, if I perish, I perish. But I'm getting out of Compton. Because it's not just for me, but it's for my people as well. And because she decided to bust a move, she not only saved herself, but saved her people as well. So now 15 years later, we celebrate Serena Williams. We glorify her because after every crucifixion, there's a resurrection. And if you can make it out of Compton, if you can make it out of the crucifixion, there shall be a resurrection. Anybody here, you've been in Compton long enough and you've been going through your season of crucifixion. I just stopped by on the first Sunday of September of 2015 to let you know your weeping has endured for a night, but your joy is coming in the morning. You see Minister Ricky Dillett now in his season of resurrection, but you were not there in his season of crucifixion. But if you hold on and hold out, God has an amazing miracle with your name on it. Do I have a witness in the house? You see Serena Williams now being celebrated, but that was not always the case. But if you hold on and hold out, God can make a way somehow. Do I have a witness in the house? Can you look at somebody and say, get straight out of Compton? Yeah, you gotta get out. You can't stay in. Well, Reverend, I thought you said it was JTC. You forgot the T. Well, the T stands for triumph. Because between being jilted and between being crucified, there has to be a T. Must Jesus bear the cross alone and all the world go free? No, there's a T for everybody. And there's a T for me. Well, Reverend, who is the T for? Terrific Tom Brady. See, when you have been jilted and when you have been crucified, sometimes you have to look outside of your own environment and community to find out what to do. For you see, when Tom Brady was drafted, he was crucified and jilted as well, had no chance to succeed. But when his chance came, he took advantage of it. But not just took advantage of it, the owner's relationship with Tom Brady was different than the owner's relationship with RG3. The owner of the Redskins allowed RG3 to fly on his plane. The owner of the New England Patriots told Tom Brady how to buy a plane. The relationship is different. And so when Tom Brady was jilted and when Tom Brady was crucified, he fought back. Somebody, when you get straight out of Compton, it's time to fight back. What you learned in Compton, don't you forget on the other side. For there's some street smarts that there's some spiritual smarts that you learned in Compton that you can put to use when you get out. Matter of fact, somebody ought to put their dukes up and say, it's time to fight. They didn't give Tom Brady a chance. They told the courts would be against him. The NFL was against him. But Tom Brady had a relationship with the owner that let him know that somewhere I believe that triumph can come from this crucifixion. And in the end, he won. Somebody here today, there is a cross in between your jiltedness and your crucifixion. Now you may think I was talking about J stands for jilted, and T stands for triumph, and C stands for crucified. Well, that's one definition. Just like NWA stands for Northwest Airlines, or the National Wrestling Association, or the National Weather Association. That is another definition. But I came by on this first Sunday in September of 2015 to let somebody know that J stands for Jesus, the lily of the valley and the bright and morning star. He was jilted, he was abandoned, he was crucified. The T stands for the, and the C stands for Christ. For his name is not Jesus Christ. That's the title, is the C. You have to say Jesus the Christ. Somebody here today, I want you to know that God's going to get you through because you have Jesus the Christ. He's the lily of the valley, your bright and morning star. Jesus the Christ. Where was he from? Galilee. But he had to leave Galilee to get to you and me. Somebody here today, you want to give the Lord's name the praise and let somebody know, I've got J, T, C. I've been jilted, I've been hurt, I've been abused, I've been misused, I've been crucified, I've been knocked down, I've been left out, but I found somebody whose name is Jesus the Christ. Because between the jilted and the crucifixion, you need. Must Jesus bear the cross alone and all the world go free? No, there's a cross. Thank you, Richard Allen, for bearing that cross. Thank you, Harriet Tubman, for bearing that cross.